What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 21 of Sports Guard Talk with my two buddies, Shaya, aka Steeler Cards, Coleman Cards, aka Michael Coleman. Gentlemen, how are we doing on this fine Thursday night?
I'm great, man. I just finished watching 3/4 of the Mavericks getting crushed by the Sixers on their road trip, and just had some nice dinner. And now I'm joining you boys for some discussion.
Very nice, very nice. I had some work today. I don't have school tomorrow. Busy day tomorrow. I have not eaten dinner. That'll be after the podcast.
Shaya, what's the word, dude? How you feeling? How you doing? Like, what are you buying? What are you selling?
Oh, well, I'm feeling great, SashaT. I'm feeling great. I've been busy. Yeah, college apps are all done. School is solid. I'm gonna be hearing back starting relatively in the next week or so. That's the earliest I'll start hearing back. Maybe I'll hear back from a couple next week. So yeah. And yeah, I've been making some plays. I've been scheming. I'm scheming a big card right now. I'll keep it on the down low, but yeah, for sure.
So what are you planning? You getting in that LeBron Chrome market or what, dude?
Oh, no. I'm definitely not getting in that LeBron Chrome market. That is one I'll take a pass on for the moment being. But I'm definitely gonna be making plays in other.
Why not, man? It's dipped super hard.
No. Well, what's it at right now?
I think it probably is at what 30, 35, something like that.
One closed 29 last night. I saw
29.
So 29 isn't bad, but like if I'm getting one at 30 and I sold mine for less like a couple weeks ago, like that just makes no sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have other plays. Cards I'd rather have that I think are worth more, just as much as that Chrome. So I'm definitely I'm looking for a big one or making more plays.
What are your thoughts on KD, Shai? I really want to hear this.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Obviously for a while, Coleman and Big Sosh have been the KD guys, and I've been the Kawhi guy. And I'm gonna preface this. I have no hate towards KD. I love KD as a player, this and that. Going into the season, I was skeptical about his injury. And that's one big thing what kept me away. I don't think KD is a bad buy right now. I would just prefer put my money towards Kawhi. That's just where I'm at. I think Kawhi is so cheap right now with being a serious contender that I just do why I would go and put my money towards KD.
Who do you think comes out of the East?
Comes out of the East? It's probably going to be Brooklyn.
So then you're saying KD's a buy right now?
I'm not buying KD. That's something for you guys to say because you two are the ones that are buying.
No. That's not my question. Is KD a buy right now?
Well, what's his top score on PSA?
10, 11K.
I would say he's a buy at 10K. Yeah.
Interesting. I got it out of him, Coleman.
I would say he's a buy.
I got it out of him.
But listen,
it out of him.
But listen, do you know what the pop is on that KD?
Yeah, it's like 800 or 900.
So the Kawhi Prism PSA 10 is at 1,000. It's right, or it may be a little bit over, a little bit under.
They're both,
and that's a $3,600 card. 36.
Yeah, but like, nobody likes Kawhi.
Kawhi will go up, but KD is like, there's a separation right now between KD and Kawhi in terms of,
and that's gonna close.
No. In terms of like popularity, in terms of just basketball resume, in terms of also you have to look at, and one of the reasons I think KD's interesting is because of the amount of investment, business-wise, money-wise, he's putting it into the card market. I think that has some sort of impact as well.
But if Kawhi messes around and wins,
if Kawhi messes around and wins a chip, of course it's going to go up.
Then it's a different story.
100%.
Only one team can win, though. It's tough. Like, I'm not saying don't have a Kawhi Prism 10 or something to have that base covered. It's just depending on how hard you're going on Kawhi. Like, I don't know.
I just think that in about a month, people are going to be like, oh, Brooklyn's actually a contender, or KD is not going to get hurt, or whatever it is. and then everybody's gonna get on this super high KD run, and his chromes and stuff is gonna go up. Shia is out here like Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell, he did not shoot well yesterday. I watched that entire game. They crushed the Lakers, and he was playing good team ball yesterday. I'm very happy I got that nice Prism Mojo, and I'm still possibly scheming for another nice Mitchell.
What's the word with PSA reportedly supposedly raising prices, I believe tomorrow night. What's the word there, guys? What are you hearing? What are the rumbles?
It looks like their website
Crashed.
So what do you think it crashed about? Do you think it crashed because it was just a
Dude,
phenomenon?
there's so many people
trying to submit.
get
cards.
their paperwork done.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah,
But
that's
I'm
probably
hearing
what it
that
is.
it's going to be a significant increase. No more sending in those $10, $11 cards and throwing them in the 45 days. Maybe it's not worth it anymore after this increase.
Well, are they going to get rid of upcharges if they do the increase? That's the question. If they
Probably.
increase things and they get rid of upcharges, I'm really cool with that.
They're
Either way, I'm cool with it because whatever, like you grade cards and they become a lot more valuable, but upcharges suck.
They're probably going to keep the upcharges.
I don't know.
It's such an interesting market because it's like there's one reason why I think they're doing it is because like they don't want like bullshit cards anymore that they have to like grade and get backlogged, and all those cards that are probably in the 45 days is just stupid. So it makes sense. And then the other reason is, there's PSA is so in demand that they raise their prices. 97% of people are still going to send their cards in, and they're probably going to be making more money because they're raising prices. And now they're going to get a little bit more of cut into that profit margin that, Coleman or me or Shaya would make by getting a 10 and flipping the card.
True. Yeah, no, they're making it tougher to make a good margin, which is going to make it more competitive. And look, like the rich are going to get richer and the poor are going to get poorer. Because at the end of the day, people that are, trying to get started doing this, they're not going to be able to see the same margins that we were able to see months ago and years ago. And certainly not saying I'm rich, but saying that, if you have like some position and some footing already from taking advantage of grading through PSA, then it doesn't really do as much because you kind of have that foundation already put in place. So, and then it's going to ward off a lot of people from wanting to submit because I think these are going to be really significant. I think it's going to be a significant price jump. I don't know how much. I haven't heard anything, but Sash, you told me yesterday like you heard something or you think that economy, which is 20-day, which has been taking 5 to 6 months, is going to jump from 28 to 40.
So, I mean, if you have the PSA pricing, if you're a bulk submitter, it's like 23 right now for the 20-day. And I'm hearing like 35. So then that turns into what for the consumer, 40, 38, whatever it is. I could be wrong, but that's the rumors I'm hearing.
Value will be interesting. Be interesting to see what happens with value. And then also regular service too, because so many people are subbing on regular now because it's what, 50, $60 and you get the cards back in like a month.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
How are you feeling about the price increase, Shaya? What are you expecting?
I don't know what I'm expecting. I'm hoping that they're more efficient with the cards. I'm hoping that's what the price increase could go to. Getting the cards back a little faster. I know that's kind of unlikely. I know they've been hiring. A couple people post and say things that they are hiring. I'm not sure if they got those positions filled or not. But yeah, I've personally not been grading much. I had a nice sub come back. But I have seen they have been getting more and more strict with a lot of their grades. I've seen a couple brutal subs recently. And yeah, I just haven't been grading much personally.
Yeah, I also was hoping that this would make the turnaround time faster, but the amount of people I've seen rush in orders this last like 2 weeks is just gonna make them even more backed up. So I'm kind of bummed about that. I have an interesting question from a Instagram follower for both you guys actually. So I'll start off with a question specific to Coleman first, and Shai, you can jump in and give your take on it. When will Coleman get a haircut?
It's a great question. The length of my hair is a symbol of my sovereignty. So I don't know. Once I become unsovereign, I guess.
What do you think, Shia? You've seen Coleman, 9 to 5 worker hair.
I have. I think Coleman's gonna keep it as is. I think he's gonna keep letting it
Keep
flow.
the flow going.
I think he's gonna keep the flow going.
Yo, my hairline's like receding like at exponential levels. So like I need to keep it long and like feel
Flowing.
that rebellious flair, that youthful rebellious flair that I miss as a young man. I'm gonna feel that as
I
long
need
as
a
I can
picture of
before
I
it
need
all
a
falls
picture of
out.
you at like 18 to 22.
Oh, dog, I was horrid, bro. Like,
I need a picture.
We got to see it.
I'll get it, man. I'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get that up.
I'll make sure the viewers have an inside look of Coleman cards back in the day. Now, Shia, this is a question specific to you. Actually, our good friend Max Sports Cards asked this question from the famous group chat.
Yes, sir.
What's Shia's next play?
What's Shaya's next play? It's to be the national phenomenon. Everyone wants to know what has Shaya been doing.
Yes.
Honestly, I have been looking on Facebook for the same type of things. Obviously, we already covered this. Kawhi is a big thing for me. I think that his cards are extremely undervalued, especially as a true contender. Mitchell, I've already got a nice piece of him, but I think modern in general, I'm talking mainly the color. We'll see a bump for certain players. We're now seeing Luka. I believe he's right outside the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he's just one spot off. So if they start picking it up, obviously Luka had that crazy game with those 2 highlight plays. I definitely could see a nice bump in the modern. Luka Silver PSA 10s. I saw a guy post his up on Facebook and it sold at 7K. So those have obviously gone down around 1,000, 1,500. So I think modern is gonna mess around and pick it up. So I'm just looking for nice modern deals. Obviously Luka color is pretty expensive. And I'm not really interested in like a red chance. Obviously I'd like the blue and such, but those are obviously cost a pretty penny. That's where I really like where Mitchell's at. When you can get a mojo at 4K, or when I was able to. And Coleman, you would know the answer to this. How much does a Luka blue mess around this?
Well, what's interesting is we're gonna see one pop off an auction here right now. Actually, it's in auction. MC Sports Cards trying to sell his on Instagram. Shout out Mike Kantz, MC Sports Cards on Instagram. He listed his on eBay, I think last night, and it's already at 1,000. So it's a Luka rookie blue, true blue prism, PSA 9 out of 199. In my opinion, that's a $30,000 card. It's been a $30,000 card for 3 months probably. So this will be very interesting to see what that card goes for. The last public sale was a raw one, I believe, at 25K on Prob's team. So everyone kind of put their PSA 9s at 30, PSA 10s at 60. So this will be very, very interesting to see. And it'll kind of tell a lot about Luka color right now, for sure.
Brett, football guy SC, also wanted to know if you made a play. Just wanted to throw that out there. Shout out to football guy or football guy at USC, Brett, the homie. Shaya, people are watching, man. They want to know what is this
They're
man
watching.
what is this man scheming?
I know SashaT made a comment in the chat the other day that I haven't posted on my feed since
December.
December, and people are on edge.
It's like an old man.
What has this man been doing for 2 months?
This man has been in hibernation in the hills.
I've been making some plays slowly but surely. I'll get them posted up. Maybe this week. Maybe I'll get them posted up this week. But yeah,
I have another really I think fun question. Which one of you is more likely to open an LCS?
Sosh.
No.
Yes.
Shaya, because there's more.
No.
There's
I
more.
was gonna say Coleman.
No way,
No
man.
way. There's no way I'm opening up an LCS.
There's
I
no
say
way.
Sosh.
There's
I
no
say
way.
Sosh
No.
with card
All right,
hops
well,
and this
well,
and that. He'll
let's-
open it. Send the goat Kyle over there.
You know what? This is a
manage
good. This is a good question because there's probably a lot of people listening that are actually curious about. Maybe they've thought about it and they hear us say no, 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 and they're like, oh, is it a bad thing? It's not a bad thing. Card shops are great. But like where we're coming from is like we can have our own card shop out of our own apartment, basically. Have the overhead, and basically just have our card shop online. Now, it's not going to be the same as a brick and mortar because at a brick and mortar, at the end of the day, you're going to get people that are just walking in that are, buying things because it's a retail store, but also people that are willing to sell things too for you to buy. So you come across deals. That's an amazing advantage of having a card shop. There's a lot of good advantages of having a card shop. And I would never say to somebody that like has aspirations to do it or a passion that they want to do it to listen to us say like, no, whatever. I've been to a lot of card shops. I love card shops. At one point when I was young, I did want to own a card shop because I thought it was so cool. But for me personally, like I just like the freedom of not having a brick and mortar location when I can run everything online through Instagram, eBay, Facebook, right out of the comfort of my own home.
Yeah, and same kind of thing with me. Like I have the ability to fly. Like I'm like I love what I do. I literally get to chase after big cards that I believe in that will go up and flip cards every single day. Like I'm flying. I told you, Coleman, I'm flying to PWCC on Monday to go buy a big card. Like this is like what I want to do. Like I'm able to buy big cards, flip it, go to shows, do all those things. And if you have a shop, it's kind of tougher to do that. And I think that a lot of people want to open shops right now because the market's hot. But what happens when the market softens up? If you're opening a shop right now, you shouldn't be looking to be necessarily super profitable in like this market. Like if you really want to open a shop, like you should be looking at it like, can I sustain this for 20, 30 years? You know what I mean? So like I enjoy what I'm doing and will like there's some projects coming along, with shows and stuff like that I'm going to be a part of and stuff like that. But in terms of opening a shop, that's just a lot of not where I'm at currently right now.
Well, and the disadvantage for you is the fact that you do have to pound the pavement. You have to take flights to go to card shows. If you have a shop, you don't really have to do any of that, to be honest, because people come in with the
Yes,
cards.
But I like what I like that.
Yeah, and that's
I
fine.
like-
Like it's not
Yeah.
neither one is wrong.
Like I like what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I feel and I'm putting my head down just like you, Coleman, and I'm going to go as hard as I can at what I'm doing, for the next however long this is hot for. And I think that there's a lot of people that are going to be opening shops that are going to be successful, but there's also a lot of people that are going to be opening shops and they're not going to be successful.
Yes, absolutely. Because they're opening it during a hot market and they think that it'll stay like this just because, yeah, 100%. You already addressed it.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of shops that are opening up, and we've talked about this on, together, and Rob's actually mentioned this, that are just fronts for breaking. you know, like you can break, like it's just fronts for break, and they're not really opening. It's not really a shop at the end of the day. It's just they're breaking boxes online to customers, and they also have a storefront. So I guess the answer is none of us, but maybe Shia will.
No,
Never?
no, I don't see it in my future. I don't. It's never been in my idea. It hasn't crossed my mind. It was ever never like a dream of mine to open up a card shop. It just never was. I don't think it will be. I just don't. I just don't
I
see
mean,
that happening.
if I ever did open up something, it wouldn't be like a card shop, if that makes sense. It would be like a completely different vibe.
It'd be like
I
a
don't know.
nightclub
A
that does
lounge.
cards.
No. But like I don't know how to explain it. But yeah. I guess that's
That would
the
actually be
answer.
kind of cool. If I did open a card shop, it would be like a night at the Roxbury, which that's probably too old for both of you, but it would be like a night at the Roxbury, like nightclub with a theme of card shop. So it'd be like straight up nightclub, but there's like display cases with cards that you can buy, and there's like panini girls dancing and stuff like that. And there's like drinks that are named after cards and stuff.
This is what Coleman thinks about when he's going to bed.
Yeah, that's what I dream about is my nightclub card shop.
Can I get the Lucas Silver on the rocks? I mean, I can't wait. I'll be at the grand opening. Let's move on to another topic. And we've gotten a bunch of questions actually. You probably won't be able to get into all of these. We have a lot of Top Shot questions. I know
Top Shot's hot, dude. Like
Top
really
Shot is
hot. Like tons of money is being put into Top Shot apparently.
not just tons of money, investors, a lot of investor money is going into Top Shot. And I think a lot of people are kind of getting into it now because they saw the amount of money that has been made. And, you know, NBA players actually, I don't know if you guys heard this, NBA players get a cut of every like Top Shot that's like with them in it.
I saw that. Question. What? Okay. I know I've been told this 100 times. What is Top Shot? But like, what is Top Shot? Like,
So, like
it's crypto, right? It's not
it's
like
more like crypto than it is cards. So basically, there's like packs. You can buy a pack, but the packs are hard to get now. You open it, and there's these like mini videos almost that are exclusive.
it's like a cell phone with a video on it. Like,
Yeah,
what
like
is it?
like you go, you
It's a
open a
little
pack, you
tablet
buy a pack. The
on
pack
your phone.
on your phone,
Got it.
it opens on your phone. There's these mini clips, and some of them are worth a lot of money. So like if you get a LeBron, you know, whatever, like a super exclusive clip, it's worth a lot of money.
And they're
Gotcha.
numbered. And then there's like certain packs. Like I actually went on it today because one of my friends during stock market trading hours, he was like, anyone want to open up a Top Shot pack? I'm like, that's garbage. So then I like looked into it. I'm like, let me see what he was talking about. I was like, he's not into cards or anything. These are just stocks and stuff. And I was like, let me look into it. You can't even sign up anymore because of such high demand for creating accounts. They like halted it, and there's no packs. The next pack drop is Friday morning at like 9, and there's like limited amounts of packs and this and that. So the
Yeah,
demand is crazy.
demand is real, and you know, I think that a lot of people are going to make money and a lot of people are going to lose money, just like with the card market, right? Education is key. And yeah, I mean, education is key. You know, everything's good when people are making a bunch of money and everything, you know, money's flowing and everything's cool. Then what happens when, you know, it doesn't? So that's what I would say. But there is true demand. You can, like you said, that you can't even get a pack to open. And the beauty of it is it's kind of taking some attention away from bigger cards in the card market, which brings people like us opportunity to go swoop in and buy some cards. But think there's going to be a lot more of, of kind of Top Shot vibes coming, I believe.
It's almost to me like a reaction to the fact that there's no wax to rip. Like
That too.
there is wax to rip, but it's like it's so expensive now. Like you can't just walk in and open up a box of Prison Hobby for $200. Like that's over. It'll never happen again. So
I think it's different. When I first heard about it, I thought of the is it the Upper Deck? Is it Upper Deck who does the e-packs? And you can just like pay. It's like the hockey. I think there's like Marvel and stuff. I don't know which ones it is. I know there's definitely hockey. So it reminded me of that. And you get, but those ones, it's online and then you pay to get them shipped to you. But this one, I think there's going to be, I don't know if there's going to be so many of the collectors. I've heard a lot of
more crypto. It's more crypto.
It's more vibes. And I'm also getting the gambling vibes.
Oh yeah.
Because it's quick, it's online, open a pack within seconds, and then you can post it up. I'm not exactly sure how the selling works. I don't know if you can like sell it, like quick sell.
You have to give your driver, you have to give information up, driver's license, stuff like that. In the beginning, it took a little bit of time for people to get their money, but I guess it's better now.
No. But is it like whenever you pull a video or whatever it may be, are you able to immediately quick sell it like back? Or do you have to like post it up on like on topshot.com as if it's like an eBay marketplace and somebody then offers and buys
like a cash out type thing that shows you the value and then there's like a cash out type thing. I don't know for sure though. Yeah, it's just there's so much hype around it right now. It's again, I think education is the number one thing. And again, you're opening packs. I mean, you can buy, you can also buy
the video,
yeah, whatever it is, whatever it's called. Yeah. So yeah, educate yourself. If you're trying to get into Top Shot, educate yourself, that's the main thing. Don't go into it blindly. Just like how you would in cards, it's the same type of thing. Because I think that there's going to be, again, a lot of money to be made, but also a lot of money to be lost. That's kind of my take on it. And it's crazy because I think it was with Ryan, that podcast, when I first brought it up, and everybody was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know anything about this. And now from then till now, it's gone insane.
Yeah,
it does.
And to me, like, it's crazy the amount of money people are like investors, the amount of money that's going into it. So it's something to, keep track of, keep an eye on. And if that's kind of your world, like, especially if you're getting into the card market and you're like, maybe actually, like, I kind of like Top Shot, like, let me see what's going on over there. Definitely go try it, go check it out. If you can make money doing that, for sure. Just make sure that you're educating yourself.
It's scary to me because so there's like somebody said it. It's like if you don't understand something, if you don't understand like an investment, like look at how old it is, and that'll kind of help you a little bit. So like gold, silver, right? Stocks, even, they're things that have been around for a long time, especially gold and silver. They've been around for like hundreds of years. They're really safe for that reason. Stocks has been around for a while now, so it's pretty safe too. A little bit risky, whatever. Real estate, you could say too. But like, so it's always something that makes me wonder, like, okay, this is something that's new. And this happened with Bitcoin too. Like Bitcoin came around, it shot up like crazy in value like 2 years ago. I remember it went up to like $20,000 a coin in like 2018. And I missed out totally. I really missed the boat. But like what was going on in my head is like, this is something I don't understand. I don't get it at all. And it hasn't been around that long. And it could easily just be bad. So like for every Bitcoin that goes crazy, there's like 10 other investment things that just pop up that aren't good investments. So I think you're saying, Sasha, is really important. Education is key. Like understand what it is and have some like understand why you think it's a good investment. like listen to other people because that can get scary and that can be bad. Sports cards, they've been around for now over 100 years. So, and I understand them. So I feel safe with sports cards. Like they might go down and stuff, they might go up, whatever, but like I feel safe in this because it's something that's been around for a long time, traded for a long time. It's not like, the most stable asset class, I guess you would say it. Anyway, so I would just say that too. Like if you're trying to understand and try like, an investment to make. But that being said, like I don't know anything about NBA Top Shot. All I know is I'm definitely not buying anything. And I'm certainly not buying with it being so hyped up, just because that's how I lose money.
It
That's
was
just how I
on.
lose
It was
money.
on ESPN today. It was crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I hear that there's like literally just as much money going into Top Shot as there is cards,
it's a lot of money. Again,
which is crazy.
if you're trying to get into it, educate yourself. You educate yourself. You're like, holy shit, this is the next play. Then go make that bread.
Yeah. And there's people that get it and they're making a lot of money doing it, I bet, just
Right now, bro.
anything.
Right now, people made crazy amounts of money
On Top Shot.
on Top Shot.
Good for them.
Like put in $100, $200, it's worth like 10, 20 grand.
More power to them, man. Great play. Congratulations.
Yeah, I guess so. A good question coming in. Since you cannot always time the peak to sell, what is your strategy for when you sell?
So yeah, you can never time the peak. So what is my strategy for when I sell?
Yeah, so like if you can't time the peak, then what do you like? Why do you like? What's the reasons that go behind when you sell certain cards?
Shaya, you take this one.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people play the 3x rule. I've heard a lot of people love that rule. If you're making 3 times your money, sell it and move on to the next thing. I have had this issue of selling big cards that I loved. I remember at Sean Watson Prism Gold PSA 10. I think it was like a year ago, and I won it for $20 in a Raz. I'll never forget. Will the autograph guy, shout out to him. At every bullpen
That's the
trade
OG.
night,
That's the OG subber.
he's an OG, definitely an OG. Every bullpen trade night, he's like, Shia, why do you still have this card? One hit to Deshaun Watson, and this card is gonna tank. You have $20 into it, sell it. So I ended up selling it, and I really think it depends on the card. And I would say you're gonna sell something, know what the money's gonna go towards. Have something. If the deal may not be necessarily in place, but have an exact card in mind, and there's opportunities to buy it. So that would be my advice. But the 3x rule is also one that really just you can't go wrong. You're gonna be 3xing your money.
For listener knowledge and information, would you mind disclosing what you sold it for?
The Watson, I sold that for, I believe it was 6K, and I think one sold on Golden for 45 like last week or something.
45K?
45K. And this is a cool little story time. The guy I actually sold it to had a Luca Prism Mojo 9. And he was a little bit high on it at the time. And Coleman was actually the one that sold the Mojo to him.
Mojo 10. Mojo 10, not 9.
Oh, it was a 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
And Shia didn't. I think it was.
You want like
I remember.
8?
No, I don't think it was 8. I want to say it was 9 or 10. He evaluated at, and I just didn't.
He got it from me at 3.5. This was September 2019.
Oh, yeah, I need to look this.
And that card has since sold for $100,000.
I gotta see how much this was.
But I made money, and with you made no. I mean that you went from $20 to $6,000. Like that's why Will was screaming in your ear like hard along the way. And I mean, go for it.
Yeah, he offered me the Luca Mojo at $7,500 on October 27th,
2019. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you were just like hard pass.
Yeah, I just didn't budge.
I hear you, man. I mean,
Didn't do it.
well, that was October. The month prior, September, I sold it to him for 3,500. So 7,500 was a massive jump for 1 month. Grant was playing well. To
Oh,
jump on, huh?
let me
Yeah,
change it.
go for it. Go for it.
I didn't sell the Watson for 6K. I sold it for 4K.
I thought you 4K.
Yeah, I sold it for 4K, and the Luca was at So I just didn't have that extra cash, and he was high on it at the time, and we saw how that panned out.
Yeah. I mean, look, like that's like, look, the question I'm sure all of us get all the time is, hey, I have cards and I bought it for Y. It is now worth Z. And I'm considering selling because I can make a profit off of it. And there's another card I want, or it's just a lot of money, whatever. Do you think I should sell it? But what they're actually asking is, do we think the card will continue to go up?
Yep.
And the answer 9 times out of 10 is yes, the card will go up
At some point.
at some point, especially when it's a LeBron James card they're talking about.
Well,
right.
And like, I'll like a perfect example is I sold my LeBron Refractor 9 2 days ago. Do I think that card's going to go up? 100%. But I was looking at another play to make. Like,
Absolutely.
will I go back to buy that card? Yes.
For more.
But I see another opportunity somewhere else. You made money, you move on to the next thing.
Absolutely.
That's the game. That's all it is. You buy something, you make money on it, you sell it, you put it into the next thing, you sell it, put it into the next thing. You know what I mean?
Here's what I would say to that. Because it's people asking, like, how do you go about selling something as you're trying to time the peak and stuff like that, right? And a lot of what's in that question is, if I sell this and make a profit off it, am I going to regret doing it because it's going to go up in value or something like that? Because I'm going to miss the peak, or I didn't time it right or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So the question I would ask anybody who asked me, hey, should I sell this card, is, do you believe in yourself enough to take that money that you're about to get and do something smart with it? Do you believe in your knowledge? Do you believe that you are good enough to take that money and make a smart play with it? Because the card that you're selling a lot of times will go up. So if you want to buy it back, now you have to buy it back for more money. So do you believe in yourself enough to where you're going to take that money, do something else smart with it, to where you're going to see a return there, be able to sell that and keep going? And if you're not, that's fine. Hold on to the card, especially if it's a LeBron James or a Kobe Bryant or a Michael Jordan or something like that. Just hold on to the card. That's fine. There's nothing like, don't try to be like anybody else. Like, don't try to be like SashaT.
Preach.
Definitely
don't do it, Shaya.
Definitely don't try to be like SashaT.
Don't do it, Shaya. Don't try, Shaya.
Like, just take account of where you're at in your journey, flipping cards or collecting or whatever, and decide, like, I do this. Can I make a better play, buy something else that I want, knowing that card might go up in value and the thing that I buy might go down? Am I going to be okay with that? Like, you just have to like go through that. And if you're asking other people, 9 times out of 10, they can't answer that question for you. Like, I will say some of my biggest purchases to date, absolutely, I sought the counsel of 2 or 3 really, really smart people that I really respect and I really value their opinion. But at the end of the day, whatever they say, it didn't completely affect my decision. Like, I had to come to that decision myself. So for these people that are just asking any of us, just randomly, hey, do you think I should do this? You shouldn't assume that we know. You shouldn't assume that, like, we have a better understanding of your own situation than you do. You shouldn't assume that we know what makes you tick, why you need the money, where you're at in your journey, anything like that, because we don't know any of that. So for us to answer that question, if we do answer it, it's very ignorant of us to answer that question because we don't know anything about you. We don't know what you use that money for or whether you should actually hold that card because we think that you'd be better off holding it. So I don't want to like rant on like too much about it, but I think it's really important for people to know that. Because like sometimes I have to tell myself that because I want to ask people the same question to remind myself, no, I need to figure this out on my own.
Facts. Right, Shaya?
I agree with that little rant by Mr. Coleman.
I think the only people that got butthurt is when they sell something and they don't buy something else with it. The money that they sold for profit.
Wait, what is it?
I think the only time people get butthurt is when they sell a card and they just don't use that money in a positive way.
Yeah, or they buy something that doesn't go up in value or goes down, and
That's the market.
that's what happens. It happens. I do it all the time. I make
I do it
mistakes.
all the time, too.
Like that's the thing. I make mistakes every day. Like I have some wins, but I have a lot of losses. And every single day I make a bad play in some way or the other, whether it's cards, whatever. Like, so
Just not as much as Shaya.
just not as much as Shaya because Shaya doesn't make any plays. So like you miss 100% of the plays that you don't make.
You don't make.
Oh, snap. My bad.
You gotta get the quote right at least. Coleman.
Oh
Come
gosh,
on.
dang it.
And we are going to end it there on Sports Card Talk. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate Coleman Cards and Shia once again. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do everything you need to do. Make sure you tell a family member and friend about the channel. Because if you don't, Shia is going to come find you in your sleep. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next episode.